YouTube, what's good, YouTube? What's going on? What is going on? All right, my Smell Good family, what's happening, y'all? Hopefully everything is well and great and positive. Good energy, good vibes. Just hope the best is surrounding you, your friends, your family, all your loved ones, man. I just hope that everyone out there is doing well, okay? So positive vibes, that's all we about, man. That's all we are doing here on this channel. And I know why you have returned. Yeah, I know why you returned. You are here to listen to me talk about that smell good, okay? And that smell good is exactly what we're getting ready to discuss, all right? So we are back with another Weekly Wears weekly rotation video. I got some bangers over here that I wore last week on some interesting responses to some of these. Debuted about 4 new fragrances. I've never worn these fragrances before, and I'm really excited to talk about them and, you know, let you guys know my thoughts on them so far. All right, so let's go ahead and not waste any more time. We got plenty to get into. So up first on Sunday, all right, on Sunday, we're covering the week of July 31st, all right? So up first on Sunday, got this one at my local Nordstrom's rack maybe the day before, and I didn't hesitate to wear it, from the house of AZZARO, from the Chrome line. We have Chrome Pure. Chrome Pure. Probably kind of hard to see the bottle there, clashing with my studio light. But this one really surprised me. This is a different take on a summer aquatic, all right? It's sweet. It's a sweeter aquatic. That's tonka bean in here with the fruits, and those watery notes give off this sweeter style. Kind of reminds me of Guerlain's L'Homme Ideal Sport Edition, with that tonka bean and that watery notes, and that one just gives off this sweeter take. I enjoy it. Kind of vanilla on the dry down, so it is different. So some people might not like their summery aquatic style fragrance to have that sweetness to it, but I don't mind it. I don't mind it, and this one is really good. Good performance on this thing. Longevity was decent. The projection on it was very strong for the first 2 hours. I believe this is an EDP, or is it not? This is an EDT, surprising even more. The projection on this thing was very decent for about 2 hours. I wouldn't say strong, but decent for 2 hours. But it hung around me for a good 7 to 8 hours. That is a perfect spot for a fragrance like this. So I think the sweetness was really giving this thing life and letting it, prolong itself during a wear. So this stuff is really good on Sunday. Just was kind of chilling out, shot some videos, ran some errands, and this was my choice of the day, and it was really good, and I can't wait to revisit it before the summertime dwindles down. You probably could even wear this in the fall because of the sweetness to it. Definitely in the springtime as well. So this could be a 3-season fragrance, man, but I'll find out for sure in the coming months, all right? So again, from the house of AZZARO, we have Chrome Pure. Chrome Pure. Like I said, that all-white bottle probably clashing with my studio light. All right, let's head into Monday. We return to the office on Monday morning, and this is a gentleman's classic, a gentleman's staple. I just acquired this fragrance only a few weeks ago, or maybe even a week ago, and I was so late to the party, but I'm glad that I finally arrived. From the house of TERRE, we have the original EDT. EDT TERRE, all right. This stuff is a gentleman's classic, and I have been wanting it. I have been wanting it for quite some time, but you know how it goes when you have your eyes set on something and then something else steals your attention, and it's just kind of dwelling, just hanging around and dwelling somewhere. But I grabbed this one, man. I wore it to the office on Monday, man. It just fits. When I go to work, I have to, dress up. I have to wear, a collared shirt, slacks, some nice shoes. I have to, represent myself, due to the role that I have at my job and with my career. So this just kind of fits. And positive reception for this one, all right? Due to the fact that you get that, that bitter orange, that vetiver in here, you just don't know. But, this was a hit. I got 2 to 3 compliments early on at the start of my day. And I was surprised by that because I just didn't know if this would garner any compliments. I didn't wear it for that. I wear it because I enjoy the scent and I really, really like it a lot. But I got quite a few compliments, man, and this stuff just really fits me. This is great for the office. This is great for that business style event or interview, or anything where you're having to represent yourself to, you know, I don't know, sell your brand or, you know, sell yourself. This is one, you know, for the gentleman that works perfectly for that. And wearing it to the office on Monday definitely kind of, you know, really solidified my thoughts on this fragrance, and it's really, really good, and I can't wait to wear it again. From the house of TERRE d'Hermes. All right, we have the original EDT. This stuff is good, man. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. All right, moving along to Tuesday, and this is probably the surprise of the week. So quick story. All right, before we get in, well, let's go ahead and introduce the fragrance. So on Tuesday, back to the office from the house of Navitus Parfums, we have VIVAMOR. Okay. Now, quick story. Shout out to my guy from Frag Boys ENT, Cedric Farr, Tyrone Comple. He purchased this fragrance a little while ago, and you know, he was open about how he felt about the fragrance. This is one that, you know, was cool to him, so I took it off his hands. I smelled it, and I was kind of blown away, man, that you know, that he felt the way that he did about this. So I took it off his hands and I smelled it, and listen, that's why you gotta wear your fragrances. And so hear me out. So I sprayed this on the tester strip and on my skin. I enjoyed it. So what you get here is a combination of Creed's Aventus and Baccarat 540, and you combine them. That's what you get with this. Sweet pineapple opening that just kind of hangs around for a tad bit, and then, you know, you get some saffron and you know, you just, I don't know, it's like the ingredients from, you know, the notes from both fragrances are really just fighting each other, but it's blended quite well. Now, how Navitus does theirs, they work with, you know, YouTube creators like myself. I've never worked with Navitus. Maybe I will one day, we'll see. But they get with people and they, you know, give them a chance to create their own fragrances and put it out into the world. And whoever created this one, forgive me for not knowing who, but they did a significant job. I am not the biggest fan of the Baccarat 540 experience. At least I don't think so. I'm starting to come around to the scent, but smelling it in here with that Creed Aventus style, really the opening. You get some oak moss in here and kind of dirties it up. Think some patchouli in here as well. It just really, you know, really had a stranglehold on my brain when I wore it on Tuesday. But this one really got a bunch of compliments, and it was a lot of women, you know, who I work with complimented this smell, and it was the most complimented fragrance by far of the week. I'm not being funny here, but I lost count. How many times this fragrance was complimented, all right? So on Tuesday, a real stunner and a surprise, and I got a lesson in learning with this fragrance as well. This stuff is good. From the house of Navitus Parfums, we wore VIVAMOR on Tuesday. I really enjoyed this. My wife texted me later that day while I was working and said, "You smell so good," all right, in the text message. So that further stamped the day, man. So shout out to my wife for showing that love on the fragrance that I wore. All right, moving along to, we got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, a Middle Eastern success story. I don't know if that fits or not, but it's definitely successful. It's making its rounds. From the house of RASASI, we have DAAREJ. All right. So this one is a spicy vanillic bomb. Spices and vanilla. I really like this stuff. Late to the party once again with DAAREJ, but like I said, spiciness and vanilla. And then once that spice kind of subsides, once you get to the mid and then especially in the dry down, that's when that vanilla really shines. And not saying that the spiciness dissipates, but it kind of lingers around with that vanilla. This is an all year round fragrance to me now. I wouldn't wear this in the crazy heat, but like I said, I was in the office, so I wanted to really test it out. And I don't know if I would wear it again during the summertime, even though I am headed to the office, I could. But like I said, I was indoors, you know, AC, and I work in the cold, so it was perfect to test this one out. So spices, vanilla, great price point for this. I paid like $25 for this off of Amazon, and the longevity is all day long. I get 9 to 10 hours. The initial Projection on this thing is a Titan. At least 2 to 3 hours of decent, solid projection. Sillage is very, very decent. And just an all-around good fragrance. Bang for your buck type juice for sure right here. So all you guys who are into spicy vanilla style DNAs, definitely look into this Middle Eastern gem from the house of Versace. All right, we have DAAREJ Pour Homme. DAAREJ Pour Homme. Great juice right there, man. Great juice. All right, moving along to Thursday. All right, Thursday during the day, we threw a cookout for the team at my job, man. So just kind of moving around a lot, in and outside. Very hot that day, so I say this is the perfect fragrance for that. From the house of Armaf, from the Club de Nuit line, we went with Milestone. Milestone. All right, so for all who don't know, this is a direct inspired by fragrance from Creed's Milestonne Imperial, okay? But with this one, to me, it's ramped up just a little bit more powerful, a better projection, even better longevity, better sillage that you get with this one. Now, is the quality as the same as Milestonne Imperial? No. Creed's quality is gonna trump Armaf's, but that's not a deal breaker. When I say quality, you're dealing with the smooth, finest of the fine ingredients in a Creed, and just a tad bit under that with Armaf's. You don't get no major alcohol smell with this. You're getting a lot of berries, aquatic style notes in this thing. This is perfect for just the summertime, the outdoors. When the heat gets a hold of this thing, it heats it up, and it is fantastic. Decent, very good performance, excuse me. I got about 7 hours of good performance out of this. Became a skin scent afterwards. I really enjoyed it. Did get one compliment wearing this on Thursday, but just perfect for the situation that I was in on Thursday. They did a good job with this one for sure. From the house of Armaf, the Club de Nuit line, we went with Milestone on Thursday. All right, so I got kind of asked about this in the comments, and somebody said, well, it looked like you go to the barbershop every week, but you don't tell us what fragrance you go to the barbershop. True, and I don't know why, so we're going to start including that. So on Thursday, me and my son went to the barbershop. I came home off the Milestone later that afternoon. It was still blazing outside, and I went with something fitting to the barbershop from the house of Versace. All right, we went with a Versace Man Au Fresh. Like I said, summertime classic, gentleman's classic, men's fragrance classic is what you get out of here. This is a musky, slightly fruity style fragrance, great for this time of year. You got that star note in here, but the musk is the star actor in this fragrance, all right? But it is really, really good, especially when you wear it out into the elements, let the sun get a hold of it. You really see what this thing can do, and it was fantastic, all right? So I sprayed a few sprays to run to the barbershop to get my hair cut, and that's what we went with this week. So I'm going to start including my barbershop fragrances, all right, every single week, all right? So again, to the barbershop on Thursday from the house of Versace, we got Versace Man Au Fresh. Man Au Fresh. All right, moving along to Friday. Ever since I got this fragrance, I've been tripping. Just been tripping, man. Another Middle Eastern gem, man, from the house of LATAFFA. We have EJAAZI Intense Silver. So as you all know, I've done a review on this. This is a blend, to my nose, of La Nuit de L'Homme and Blue Electric. Kind of both of those fragrances doing the dance here. But as this fragrance goes on, it definitely takes on an identity of its own. So it does have its inspired by features in here, but then kind of turns into its own thing, especially going into the dry down rest of the way through. I thoroughly enjoy this. This is going to be an office staple for sure. You get some citruses in here, some lavender in here, some woods in here. Just a very nice fragrance for me for the office. Now, could you do more? Absolutely. Okay, you could definitely wear this on a date. You could definitely wear this out to a gathering if you're out and about at a party or something like that. But for me, this is just going to be an office scent that I'm going to be leaning towards for sure. So 3 seasons for this: spring, summer, and fall. I wouldn't wear this in a blistering cold if you live in that type of area. But this one is a good performer. I got about 8 to 9 hours of performance. Very good projection, good sillage, just a solid overall fragrance for 20 bucks. I think Joma Shop has it right now for $14.99 right now. So go check it out for sure. On Friday morning, or Friday during the day, we went with LATAFFA's EJAAZI Intense Silver. Intense Silver, all right. And Friday when we got home, got out of the shower, my schedule kind of switched up this week. So I was off back-to-back weekends, and me and my wife was chilling and hanging out, and just want to make sure I wore something that was going to command that attention. So I had the perfect fragrance to test from the house of I think it's Imperial Armani or Imperial something. They should just call it Giorgio Armani, but it's Imperial Armani, something like that. From the Stronger With You line, we got a decant of this. Shout out to my guy Cedric Farr of Stronger With You only. All right, so we have the decant here, bottle be appearing right here. So this stuff, it's good. It's really, really good. The opening of this thing is fantastic. You get this grapefruit and vanilla combination here. You got some lavender, you got some chestnut in here as well. Just a very nice fragrance. This is suited for the summertime with this style of DNA. The Stronger With You line really is set up for the fall and the winter, but they do have a couple of fragrances that lean for spring and summer, and this is one of them, and Stronger With You Freeze. Now, I personally would rather Freeze than this. This is something that I'll have on my list, but I'm not in a rush to get it. But if I can catch it for a great deal down the line, then I'll grab it. But I'm good with the Stronger With You Freeze, because I just think Stronger With You Freeze is just a tad better than this. Okay, still good fragrance. Reminds you a lot of the original, just the more aromatic-y style opening with that grapefruit. But then as it dries down, it definitely gets into that vanilla and chestnut style vibe the rest of the way through. But this one was good for Friday evening and through Friday night. All right, from the line of, from the Imperial Armani line, we have Stronger With You only. Stronger With You only. If that's in focus. All right, so to wrap up the week on Saturday for sure, got up Saturday morning, went to the gym like I always do. From the Abercrombie & Fitch line, we went with First Instinct Together. First Instinct Together. Y'all know how I feel about this one. Y'all see how much juice is gone. I have 2 other backup bottles for this. Just love that Invictus style DNA. They do a pretty good job of that DNA with this one. I wear this, like I said, around the house, to the gym, to run errands, especially for this time of year. This stuff is just really good. So to the gym on Saturday morning, from the Abercrombie & Fitch line, we went with First Instinct Together. All right, next up to close out the day, it's back to school time, man. So we were out in the streets getting my oldest son ready for school, and it was super hot. So we went riding around and doing a lot of shopping and moving and out and about, got something to eat, and this fragrance is just perfect for that. From the house of Alexandria, all right, we have Hawaii Volcano Intense. Now this is a direct inspired fragrance from Cree's Virgin Island water, okay? And I love this stuff here. That coconut and lime and rum and sugary style DNA that this provides. Alexandria did a fantastic job of recreating this DNA. Now this is the intense version, and this lasts. Now I have samples of Virgin Island water, and it does not last that long, 5 hours max. But this, you're getting 7 to 8 hours. Definitely depends on how much you spray. But for me, I get that 7 to 8 hour mark, and the lime is present the whole way through. The coconut, that sugary aspect is in there. It's just very, very nice for this time of year. The heat, it's hot, and when the heat gets a hold of this thing, you really see its true magic. So throughout the rest of the day on Saturday, we went with this beauty here from the house of Alexandria. All right, we went with Hawaii Volcano Intense. Man, this stuff is A1. If you don't want to spend that $400 price tag, y'all looking at Alexandria. You can get smaller bottles, 30, 60, 50 mLs for all of those under like 60 bucks, or you can get the big 100 ml for right at that $100 mark. Use Alexandria 15 for the discount code at the end to get a discount, obviously. All right, so that's it, man. That's gonna wrap up the week of this week's weekly fragrance wares, man. Hopefully you guys got something out of the video. What do you guys have? What do y'all have that I wore last week? Let me know down below in the comments what you wore last week as well. What are your thoughts on these fragrances? Are you a big yes or a big no on them? Let me know down below. So I appreciate all the support. We're almost to 2,000. Knocking at that door. We'll be doing a giveaway definitely once we cross that 2,000 milestone. So Smell Good family, keep spreading the word, like the videos, comments down below, and subscribe. It's free 99, don't cost you a dime. All right, so hopefully, like I said, y'all enjoyed this video, and we'll see you back very shortly for the next one. Until next time, be cool, be safe, take care of yourselves, and remember, keep smelling good. Fellas and ladies, keep doing your thing.